Welcome, readers, to another gathering of Goddess Garden Book Chat. I'm your host, 11 Goddess, and as always, it's a joy to have you join me in this safe space where stories bloom and imagination runs wild. I'm so glad you're here. I just finished this book, so I'm super excited to talk about it. We're venturing into a world as beautiful as it is haunting. It's Kaylie Smith's Phantasma. It's narrated by Lauren Horowitz. It's a tale that dances between light and shadow, binding family, magic, and fate in a web of intrigue. I actually thought when I picked this book, because it's in the section of romance novels, so I thought it was a mix of romance and the elements that are present in the book. But romance is a really strong misnomer about this book, but we'll get into that later. I won't dive into it just yet. I have a special treat for you. Joining us today is none other, I'm sorry, I apologize. See, this is why. Anyway, joining us today is none other than the insightful and ever-curious Natasha from the Chat Squad. Natasha will take us through the heart of Phantasma, the dark, deeply detailed deep dive. I promise you're in for a spellbinding analysis. And because I get tongue-tied and I tend to get lost in my scripts, Natasha is going to do the heavy lifting for me. So appreciative. Once Natasha guides us through this mesmerizing journey, I'll be back to share my personal perspective on the Rain family's legacy, the powerful narration, and the delicate balance of light and darkness woven into this extraordinary story. So, without further ado, please welcome Natasha to the stage. Take it away, Natasha.
Hi, friends. Thank you for that amazing welcome. I'm always glad to share a good story. So, without further delay, let's get into it. Phantasma, a world where shadows dance with malevolence, where magic courses through the very fabric of existence, and where one family's legacy intertwines fate and tragedy. This darkly enchanting tale is brought to life through the evocative narration of Laura Horowitz. Tonight, we unravel the threads binding the family to Phantasma's eerie depths. The history of Phantasma is a great place to start. Phantasma, a realm born of shattered worlds and fractured timelines, is no ordinary place. Long ago, it was a sanctuary for the lost and the forsaken, but that sanctuary soured. As greed and ambition corrupted its balance, its magic became tainted. Spirits rose from the ruins of forgotten kingdoms, taking the form of grotesque phantasma creatures, shadows with claws, specters with insidious whispers, and yet this cursed realm calls to one family above all others, the Rains. Their family connection is key to Phantasma. Generations of the Rains have carried the mark of Phantasma, a blackened crescent imprinted upon their left wrists, a birthright and a curse. But why them? The truth lies in their ancestor, Lysandra Rain, a sorceress who bargained with Phantasma's dark spirits for unimaginable power. The price? Her bloodline forever tethered to the realm. Her descendants have spent centuries resisting, exploring, and succumbing to Phantasma's allure. Who exactly are the Rains of today, bearers of this sinister legacy? Eleanor Rain. A scholar and skeptic, Eleanor believes knowledge is the only weapon against Phantasma's growing influence. Her mind is a labyrinth of logic and strategy, but beneath her stoic exterior lies a fear she dares not voice, the fear of becoming like her mother, who was consumed by Phantasma's magic, Malachi Rain. Eleanor's younger brother Malachi is the dreamer, the artist who finds beauty in Phantasma's grotesque landscapes. But dreams are dangerous in a world where thoughts can take form. Malachi's sketches begin to twist into monstrous realities, revealing his unspoken bond with the creatures that dwell in the shadows. Aurelia. An orphan raised by the Rains, Aurelia is both a blessing and a mystery. Her connection to Phantasma is unlike the others. She can manipulate its magic with ease. But is this a gift or a harbinger of something darker? The spirits seem to bow to her will, yet their whispers grow louder when she is near. I also want to explore the dark magic of Phantasma creatures and spirits. Phantasma's magic is no mere tool. It is a sentient force, volatile and capricious. The creatures it spawns are reflections of human fears and desires. The Umbra wolves stalk the forest, their howls echoing regret. The faceless ones linger in mirrors, feeding on insecurity. And the worm of shadows, well, that one requires no explanation. The spirits, however, are the true masters of Phantasma. They whisper bargains to the desperate, weave illusions for the unwary, and exact prices more devastating than death. Their power is alluring yet destructive, a perfect mirror of the rain's own tumultuous relationship with the realm. This book is a lot like a roller coaster ride, thrills, chills, and wild turns everywhere. Now, for my closing thoughts on the impressive audio journey that is Phantasma. Laura Horowitz's narration does more than tell the story, it embodies it. Her voice shifts effortlessly between the mortal and the supernatural, pulling listeners deeper into the web of secrets and sorrows. Phantasma is not just a tale, it is an invitation to explore the darkness within and beyond ourselves. But beware, for the shadows have a way of lingering long after the last word is spoken. Enter Phantasma, if you dare.
Okay, friends, I'm glad we're at this point where my personal perspective is really going to kind of bring this story home. At least I hope so. Without any spoilers, of course, I want to talk more about Eleanor. As I said in the beginning, I thought this was a romance novel. That's certainly the section that I got it from. And one of the things that this book tries to weave into the story is that Eleanor is finding a partner of sorts on this journey. That's all I'm going to say about that. But she's driven by or motivated by something that her sister does. And this motivation and this drive that moves the book forward, everything for family, everything because I have to get to her, is really weighty in this story because of the situation that you put yourself in when you find yourself in Phantasma, when you agree to go on this journey. I don't know that a rational person would agree to do all of that on behalf of a sibling. By the same token, as I was listening to this book, my husband was listening over my shoulder, and he asked that question: would you do it for the kids? Would you do it for your parents? Would you enter Phantasma? And I have to admit, it was a very interesting question. It's a crossroads because, as much as I want to sit here and say I would never put myself through that, if someone else chose to put themselves in that situation, so be it. I'm rooting for you. Hope you make it out alive. Hope you make it out sane. But to do it because of the motivation of others and not because it was something that you wanted to do yourself is really at the core of this story. So I hope when you take this out, and decide to listen to it and or read it, I hope this journey resonates with you the way it did with me, because I'm finding more and more in my fiction, romance novels, and fiction quest novels that it is always driven because of something that somebody in the family did. And it really pushes how much does it mean to you to be a part of the fabric of saving the people in your family. And so I'm going to say this book certainly puts you every step of the way in that rationale. Would I do this for family? And just like that, dear friends, we've reached the end of our journey through the haunting beauty of Phantasma. So if I keep talking, I'm going to offer spoilers, and I don't want to do that. I think it's worth reading. It was a great ride. Trust me, it's worth the credit if you go the Audible route. I enjoyed it. I have a massive thank you for Natasha from the Chat Squad for leading us into the depths of this story with mesmerizing deep dives. And to all of you, my cherished club members, thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing in this adventure with us. I really appreciate you. You're the soul of this book club, and your passion for stories and your thoughtful comments, your thumbs up, and your presence makes the Goddess Garden book chat a place that's kind of like the magic of Phantasma. You never know what you're going to get when you go in, but at least there's no harm in the book club. Whether it's your first time joining us or you're a longtime member and subscriber, you are deeply appreciated. Thank you for being here. So I hope you enjoyed the book review. Goddess Garden Book Chat hopes you found it insightful and engaging. I'm your host, creator, and designer, 11 Goddess. And I want to thank you personally for joining the book chat and joining the literary journey. The rating that I have for this book is an applause 3. It was a really enjoyable read. Now, as I say, on all of the times we get together, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single journey into the pages of our next thrilling read. And if you're feeling generous, share this post with a friend who loves getting lost in stories just as much as we do. Your support helps the garden to grow, and we've got a great library to get through. So until next time, may your days be filled with wonder, your nights with captive tales, and your hearts with the love of storytelling. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next chapter of our adventure. In the meantime, and in between our time together, let's leave with a focus on what books are out there and return with a great read. Now, close this meeting with a bookmark, and until we meet again, friends, happy reading.